butterflies in my stomach. All I'm thinking is, okay, she's going to pull me over again, I'm getting tased, and this is going to be a bad day. But I looked in the mirror, and she's got her hands on her hips. Just the most confused look on her face. What the hell just happened here? And since then, I've drove the same stretch for like weeks after that, and passed a bunch of highway sheriffs, nothing. So it works, just kind of hold them to the peace officer status like Rob was talking about. The mandate of a peace officer is just to preserve the peace and uphold the rights of everyone else. So if you see someone infringing on someone else's rights, that's when you would act. So they had no reason to act against me, and they were actually infringing on my right to refuse interaction with a peace officer who's not observing breach the peace.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my story.
The way to do it, Wes. Folks, I know it, especially for you guys out in video land there. This might sound very, very, I don't know, out there. It might be very difficult for you to understand that you can, in fact, you have far, far, far more power than the government, the courts, or the police want you to know. They can lie to you, but you can't lie to them because you're seen as a child. If you're using the same name that you were using as a child, essentially, because you were registered when you were 18, you didn't tell them, hey, I'm an adult now, you know, start treating me like one. They still get to treat you like a child. Legally, you're a child of the province. And I've had friends who were in the exact same situation, or a similar situation. They were just getting into their vehicle, and they were asked for driver's license. Why do I need that? Held his ground, and the cop asked him, so you're not a child of the province then? And he said, no, I'm not. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. And him and his buddy drove away.
So they know.
They know darn well. There was someone who was here telling me that on the scanner, they heard the cops.
That was me.
That was you? Yeah, I'll bring you up in a minute there. You're too gabby for me right now. I want to bring, and this is how it works. They know, and the things that you can learn are very easy to know. It's like what Wes did. He had done a little bit of study. He knew what the definitions were. It doesn't take long to put it in your brain and be able to say, well, this, this, and this, what these definitions are. Even if it's just you don't remember too much of it, you baffle them with bullshit and then you blind them with your brilliance when they don't expect it. And anyone can do it, and the moment, there's a lot of people here, if you haven't had the flash yet where you really get it and you start realizing what it's all about, it's a fantastic feeling when you certainly, when it just, holy crap, I know. And I'm going to have someone come up and tell you about the time he tested fight too much. And, yeah, see?
Get in there, Buddha.
Have a chat.
Well, I wasn't expecting to say anything.
Hide your burgers.
I used to, I haven't been fired yet, but I work for the post office. And in dealing with management at the post office, I became aware that they have all sorts of little rules and regulations, and there's no emotion, there's no love. That's the most important thing. Is that they don't particularly care for what you stand for or anything. It's all about profit, and there's no emotion in the actions. And I noticed that after discovering Rob's information, that there's another level of management. And that they are operating as an institution, and there's not any emotion in what they do. These regulations were made a long time ago, and there's profit seems to be the main motivation for what they do. So on my journey, you could call it, I've discovered that all that really matters are the hearts that surround you. That's as simple as it is. Money doesn't really mean anything to me anymore. It's an instrument to get me fed, pretty much. And humans are the sum of their experience. So how you act and treat other people is going to affect how they turn out. And I think everybody can agree with that. Mm-hmm. And so it really does make a difference to have a positive outlook on people that surround you. because you shape their experience, and you can actually be a part of making them a better person. So I guess from the spiritual aspect of what Rob was looking for, I guess it's, if you look at any of the prophets in history, they all say the same thing, and that's love each other.
Love your neighbor.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who said it.
Great job.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters, and it's worth a hell of a lot more than money.
Nice job.
I guess that's short and sweet, eh?
Short and sweet.
You can open the beer now.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, the other thing I found, and it is that's what it's about. Any of the major religions you look at, they all start espousing certain things. Compassion for your fellow man. Love for your fellow man, for your neighbors. Jesus Christ, when he walked on the planet, he was facing much of what we're facing right now. The Pharisees and the scribes, they knew the law, no one else did. If you wanted to have an opinion on the law, you had to go to them and you had to ask them. And oftentimes, their whole law was about food. Food was a huge aspect of their law. They didn't know if they could eat or not some certain foods. They'd take it to the Pharisees. Can we eat this? No, you can't. Give me that. But I can, because we put a fence around the law so you don't offend it, but we know that territory well enough so we won't offend God by eating that, but you might. This is how they got fed a lot. How you guys doing?
Good.
And the other thing that, you know what they'll go after when they want a piece of you? They always go after something you're attached to. If you simply are not attached to anything, and they come and they try to take it, screw it, I don't care. Damn.
Nothing to lose.
People, and I'll tell you this. Can you guys hear?
Yes, we can.
Welcome and thanks. We'll collect money from you later. You can only really own that which you can carry on your back while you're being chased by something that wants to eat you. That's all you really own. Ask any chipmunk or squirrel with a mouthful of nuts being chased by a fox. Now my story, the moral is this. If you're in the bush and you're walking through the bush, you got a side of deer and a case of beer, and a bear starts to chase you, what do? You abandon the deer, because there's more of them out there, very little breweries, and you keep your beer. Right? But it's a different story in the city, man. If you're in the city, you're walking down the street with a case of beer and a side of deer, and a bear starts chasing you, you have options you wouldn't have otherwise. You could yell at people and say, "Folks, I'm being chased by a bear, god damn it, help me." But no one will, because they've all got iPods in nowadays. No one will hear you. So what you do is you run away from the bear and you slap people on the back with your side of deer, covering them in deer blood. That'll make the bear stop and investigate a little bit. You get away with your beer and your deer, and there's less twittering fools out there with earplugs in. The moral is, if they come at you, they're always going to come after something that they think you're attached to. And the moment they realize you're not attached to it, they don't try to come at it anymore. And, yeah, who else did I want up here? Yeah, John, or Regan. Regan is a natural storyteller. I doubt I'll get him off this bench once he starts. But he's got some stories. What I was hoping he'd share with you is some stories about you're growing up.
All right, when I was a kid, I grew up...
Sit please. Or you don't have to, but just get center.
Sit down, kid. In the center. He's videoing. That's good.
Okay. When I was a kid, I grew up overseas in Papua New Guinea. It's a Commonwealth country, just the same as here. But when I was about 12, I went to the store one day on a bicycle. And I went to the store, I got my stuff, and I was on my way home, and a police officer stopped me. And he said, "Excuse me, can I borrow your bicycle?" And I'd seen movies. Who hasn't? Police officers point a gun in someone's face. And this didn't happen to me. He just asked me. But they'll take someone's car and go bust some criminal and solve a crime. And it just didn't seem... I was ready. I was like, yeah, here, take my bike. Go bust the bad guy. And he got on the bike and he